Welcome back to Trauma Recovery Anonymous, the podcast. My name is Richard and I am your host. We have 24 hours in which we are to find our meaning and purpose. We are only alive in these 24 hours today. The past is no longer any of our business and the future may never happen. So what happened in the past didn't happen to the person I am today. It happened to younger aspects of me, younger inner childs, if you will. What happened to me at the age 12 happened to a 12-year-old child, not to the 65-year-old man I am today. What happened at 18 years of age happened to an 18-year-old inner child, not the 65-year-old man I am today. What happened at 27 years of age happened to a 27-year-old inner child in my past. It didn't happen to the 65-year-old man today, and so on. What happened yesterday in my lifetime happened to a younger aspect of me, 24 hours younger than the person I am today. I'm 24 hours older today than I was yesterday. And I can't go back to being the person I was yesterday. I have to accept that that was who I was yesterday. And here I have my meaning and purpose of who I am in this present moment today. If I make the mistake of bringing the past into the present, I am self-sabotaging my life. Because I'm meant to focus all of my attention on being present in the present. But when I start bringing the past into the present, I'm destroying any chance of having a full life in the present. On the other hand, if I bring my fears and insecurities over the future into the present, and that robs me of being present for my family and my friends, my goals, my dreams, my aspirations, I am my own worst enemy. The Bible tells us that God's name is I am, and we are meant to stay in the I am at all times. God can be the past, the present, and the future, but we can only live and have and thrive and have our being in the I am. And that's in this 24 hours today. And we can break that down to this 1 hour here and now. For this next hour, you are fully alive. This is your present and your future as all at one time. Everything before this hour is the past. Everything after this hour is the unknown future. But you have this 1 hour here and now, sitting with me, listening to my voice on my podcast. I have this 1 hour speaking slowly and clearly to you, hoping I'm getting true to you. Or if you have someone in your family who suffers with a past memory, to help them to realize that they can live fully if they focus on this 1 hour only now. And this means to give the past back to your inner child. It's not a simple thing of just saying, okay, the past isn't mine to worry about. I can walk away from it. I can turn my back on it. If we've been suffering the past, it's very hard to break that bondage unless we actually go through a process where we do break that bondage. And breaking that bondage is much easier than you would think. Understand that you sit here listening to my voice in the present moment. And in your past, something happened, whether it was in your childhood or maybe you're a veteran. Today you're into your 60s, looking back at what happened to that 18-year-old version of you who enlisted to go off to fight in the war. Or you're in your 40s today, you're looking back at your younger you who married for love, not knowing they're marrying a narcissist. And you remember you carried the pain and hurt of that young 22, 23-year-old man or woman who married a narcissist. And what they went through for 20 years of marriage. And here you are today on the other side looking back. Whatever the situation is, you are alive today. You are the survivor today. And that younger aspect of you, whether it was that young person who went off to fight in a war, that younger version of you who married a narcissist, that younger version of you who suffered an abuse as a child or was mugged or raped or abused, whatever that condition was, your younger self, your inner child, was the victim. You today are the survivor looking back at what happened to them. This is what helps to separate you from the event. Your life is here in this 1 hour here and now. This is your whole life. And what happened before this 1 hour isn't yours to suffer. You can't bring the past into the present because you have a life today. It means your younger self, your inner child, suffered, endured, and overcame that trauma. So you'd be free today to have a life beyond their wildest dreams. For you to dig up their grave and take out their pain and hurt and bring it into the present and suffer it in the present, you have become your inner child's abuser. You have betrayed your inner child by giving life to the dead thing that they overcame. You become the problem. It didn't happen to you. It's none of your business. Your inner child suffered, endured, and overcame it, so you'll be free today. And for the fact that you volunteer to suffer it in the present, you are the problem. Nobody else. We can't blame your family of origin. We can't blame the war. We can't blame the event in the past. If you're choosing to suffer it in the present, you are the problem. You are the abuser. You're the person who's taken that dead thing that your younger inner child overcame and giving life to it. You are betraying your inner child and you are self-sabotaging your life. When you bring a dead thing into your life in the present, the death, decay and disease of it destroys everything and everyone it touches. You are the problem. But there is a simple solution. You break the bondage of the past. You cast out your demons. You slay your dragon's past. And you undo the connection to the past by giving the details and the baggage of the event back to your inner child. Right now, you are carrying the memory of what happened to your inner child, but you're also carrying sympathy pains for them as a show of support and solidarity for what they went through. But you carry sympathy pains, they suffered the event. They're the one who suffered it, not you. It's not yours to suffer. Your job is to focus on this 1 hour here and now in your life, and whatever's in this 1 hour today, not something you brought in from the past, but whatever's in front of you right now. Look around your life in this moment. Are you married? Do you have children? Do you have nieces and nephews? Do you have brothers and sisters? Do you have parents and grandparents? Do you have best friends? Do you have a job? Do you have responsibility in your family or in your community? In your relationships? Are you meant to get a job? Do you have bills to pay? This is where your whole focus should be in this 1 hour here and now, not looking back at something that happened 10, 20, 30 years ago and finding your meaning and purpose in what happened to your inner child. That's their meaning and purpose. That's got nothing to do with you. So this program, Trauma Recovery Anonymous, is made up of 2 parts. The first part is called Healing Any Past Trauma Memory. In this 2-hour process, you visualize meeting your inner child and you have a conversation. And your inner child basically says to you, Richard, what the feck are you doing? I suffered, endured and survived that trauma so you'll be free today to have a life beyond your wildest dreams. I can't cross over into the light until I have all my baggage, and you giving life to my baggage blocks me from crossing over. I need you to give me back all the details and the baggage of that event back to me freely and unconditionally, and so I can take it and step into the light. When I step into the light, you'll know I've gone. You'll feel it in your body mentally, physically, emotionally, and spiritually. It'll be lifted from your shoulders, from your back, from your chest, from your mind, from your heart, from your whole body. You'll feel this release of it leaving your body. And when I'm gone, you'll see me smiling, laughing gleefully as I leave. And you'll know in that moment that the details and the baggage of what happened to me will have left you. Your therapist will ask you about how did the past make you feel, and you'll end up saying, sorry, no, it's got nothing to do with me. That my younger child, that 12-year-old lad called Richie, he's taken that baggage off me, all that crap he's taken from me, and he's stepped into the light and he's left this plane of existence. I now carry the memory of what happened to him, but I just carry the memory of what happened to him, nothing to do with me. My focus is how I can be the best version of who I am today, in this hour in front of me. And then I'm going to live 1 hour at a time. And then at night time tonight, I'm going to ask God to give me 8 hours of peaceful sleep. And I will try and sleep peacefully for 8 hours. I wake up in the morning, I'll start 1 hour a day. I'll work through my day at 1 hour at a time. How can I be the best version of who I am in this 1 hour? The second part of the program is to complete the 12-step program of Trauma Recovery Anonymous. It's the idea behind this, the concept, is to undo the learned dysfunctional behaviors of your mental disorder diagnosis, or in many cases, the mental disorder misdiagnosis. You never had a mental disorder. You did have a spiritual sickness. You did have a hole in your soul, a wounded soul, a broken spirit. And that's what you need to heal. And this 12-step program allows you to heal that wounded soul and then to repair the damage of that idea that you're a victim and you can't trust people. And you allow people back into your life and you start taking responsibility for your life. And suddenly after you do these 12 steps, you're a new creation. And then you complete these 12 steps 3-4 times a day for the rest of your life. You live this life that you're no longer a victim. The past has got nothing to do with you. Your whole focus on your life is this 1 hour today. Now understand, you can make plans for the future, but you focus your attention on how do I get through this 1 hour right here and right now. So maybe for this hour you're going to meditate on my words and what I've shared with you. You'll think of all the friends in your support groups and that you know that maybe have PTSD or depression, and you make a decision to share this with everybody you know. Go into your address book on your email and send this to every person you know and say, please listen to this and share this with everybody you know. and you get it to more and more people. And then someone comes back and says, I listened to that, I'd like to do that. Can we do it together? Because understand, I can take you through this process. I can take one person or I can take 100 people. The idea is that we use one mantra. And the mantra that we all use at the same time is, up until this morning, I believe that what happened to my inner child happened to me. But I realized today that it didn't happen to me. It's not mine to carry. And so I give it back to my inner child. And again, you'd name your inner child. So for me, it's 65-year-old Richard giving it back to my 12-year-old inner child called Richie. Again, if you might be 60-year-old Mike giving it back to young 16-year-old Michael. And so on. You might be 84-year-old Mary giving it back to 24-year-old Mary. We give it back to our inner child. They take it from us. They leave this plane of existence. And then we're free to complete the 12-step program to undo this learned behavior. It takes 3 hours to complete this. For you who've been in therapy for years, months, decades, who've been diagnosed with mental disorders and nothing's improving, if anything, it's getting worse. You've gone from being diagnosed with PTSD, now you're diagnosed with complex PTSD. You've gone from being diagnosed with depression to being diagnosed with depression and bipolar. Being diagnosed with anxiety to be diagnosed with acute anxiety. The only thing changing is that your condition is getting worse. This would tell you, very good chance you've been misdiagnosed. And 4 in every 10 people in the world have been misdiagnosed. You might be one of those 4. Have a talk with your therapist about that. But if this makes sense to you, and you like the idea of letting your inner child leave this plane of existence with all their details and all their baggage, so you can focus on your life in the present, then contact me at appointments@traumarecoveryanonymous.com, and I will take you through this process. I do charge for this session. It's €60 per person for this 3-hour session, and the books are available on the Amazon platform. Healing Any Past Trauma Memory is a 2-hour healing event, and Trauma Recovery Anonymous is the 12-step program. Thank you for listening. Good morning.